Welcome to fuelforsuccess.com. My name is MD Ahmed. I'm an international author and the founder of fuelforsuccess.com. Today we are going to talk about the 4 quick and easy tips on how to become the person of your dreams. You may want to make sure your child listens to this, and if you're already a student listening, pat your back and say, "It's my good day." Today I stumbled upon some good content. So let's get started. All right, so a quick question. What would you like to be when you grow up? I know this has become sort of a cliche to ask young people this question. You must have been asked this question several times from your parents, relatives, friends, teachers, and neighbors. But then I just want you to ponder for a moment and think if you have given this question the attention it requires. Did you do some deep thinking? People come from different walks of life and they have different dreams inside their heads. So, what do you aspire for? What is your ambition? Do you have this great Indian dream of becoming a doctor or an engineer? Or do you also consider a career option that is quite out of the box, like becoming a pilot, a journalist, a lawyer, an author, or maybe an entertainer? Or do you get inspired by big names and aspire to become like them? People like Elon Musk, Priyanka Chopra, or Shah Rukh Khan. I'm going to reveal to you an open secret. You must have heard this before, but then it's worth reinforcing. Did you know that you can be, do, and have whatever you want? Once you set your mind towards it and put your heart and soul into it, and then acquire the knowledge that is relevant to you and to what you desire. Now you see, once you gain that knowledge, you got to apply that knowledge every single day. That's how it works. Maybe it did not work for you in the past. One of the reasons is because people don't usually take regular and consistent action, or they're not flexible enough, or they don't explore enough, or they don't wait enough, or they don't believe in themselves, or they give up too soon, or they don't acquire the knowledge that is needed for them to move ahead. They don't let go of their old self and then embrace a new version. They don't do that. So you see, one of the best ways to kickstart your learning process is by reading the biographies or autobiographies of people who inspire you. That is, when you tend to get into the character and maybe even tap into their thinking, and this can be one of the major actions that you can take towards your ambition. Let me just repeat this. One of the ways to kickstart your learning process is by reading the biographies or autobiographies of people who inspire you. And when you do this, you tend to get into the character and maybe even tap into their thinking. And this can be one of the major actions that you take towards your ambition. I'm talking about the characters that you read. It may be an industrialist, a politician. So when you read the biographies or autobiographies of such people, they inspire you, they do, and this inspiration causes you to emulate or, dive into their attributes and characteristics. Somewhere you start becoming like them, okay? And now it's time for me to open the box, the knowledge box, and give you the 4 tips that I promised and help you move towards the direction of your ambition. If you're listening to the audio version of this, make sure you download and listen to it every now and then. And if you have the PDF version, carry it with you and refer to this time and again, especially when you feel you need the push or that guidance. So tip number 1, find a role model. Learn as much as possible about this person you look up to and aspire to be. Let's say if your dream is to become a cricketer, collect all the facts and information about the sport. Think of yourself like a researcher. Read books, get on the internet, watch the matches, analyze team strategies, and find the nuances that make a great player. Strive to be the best and an expert. Along with all this, you've got to put in the hard work. That is, you have to go out and play the game physically. So you are conditioning your mind and training your body to become a world-class cricketer or whatever you aspire to be. And let me also add on here. Let's say if you are not physically able to become a cricketer and you're very passionate about cricket, you can always, be a part of the game. And there are several ways to do that. One good example is Harsha Bogle. Now, tip number 2, you just cannot have a wishy-washy desire of reaching your summit. You have to commit yourself to know everything there is to know about the subject. And if you have a role model and if you get a chance to learn directly from that person, nothing like it. It's the best thing that can happen to you. Now, this role model must transform into a mentor inside your mind. Now, you see, you just don't look at the role model and be in awe of that person. It's not going to help you. You will always, be where you are, or you might just achieve so much success. You wouldn't be able to rub shoulders with your role model. Now, your role model mustn't become your idol. Always remember that. Convert that role model into a mentor. Learn those strategies, absorb, extract, so that you become like your role model, or maybe better than that person. Tip number 3 is start taking action immediately. Once you decide you're going to do this, right, immediately go inside your mind and start feeling those feelings. Think of the end result as if you have achieved it. This will make you feel pumped up, and you will start taking that physical action that is required. And at the same time, don't expect people to pat your back and pep you up and appreciate you because you're thinking big and you're doing your work. You need to understand that people have their own priorities, right? And expecting them to have you as a priority, it's like if they end up doing that, then they're not doing justice to themselves, because they are the most important person in their lives and they need to take care of themselves, right? The way you need to take care of yourself. So remember this, do not wait for people to pat on your back. And if they do, okay, accept the compliment gracefully, okay? And when you start, don't expect to be perfect when you start your journey. Never ever do that, and don't wait to become perfect. Okay, this needs to be like this needs to be like that, and only then I'm going to start. It's never going to happen. Start with whatever you have. Okay, take the leap, take the jump, build your wings while you're falling down. And then remember this, perfection is not going to happen. You need to know that life will also throw obstacles and hurdles towards you, so don't expect everything to be smooth and a cakewalk, and expect these things to happen. Have a contingency plan. If something goes wrong, how you're going to handle it so that it doesn't surprise you or shock you and break your momentum and throw you off the pace, right? Okay, and when things don't, happen the way you want them to happen, learn to take things in your stride and keep moving and learning from it. All right, don't bog down, don't stop. Keep moving, keep running, keep moving, keep walking, just don't stop. The most important thing here is, in this tip, is start. Start taking action. That is the key. And if you do that, you'll be happy that you did. I'm talking about, even if you're not ready, start. Start. In the process, you will learn. And when you do this over a period of time, when you look back, you'll be happy that you did without being ready. Okay, so tip number 4, keep pushing yourself to the very end. It is about reaching the finish line. Setbacks and failures will try to put you off course, and when that happens, do not engage in distractions, because you don't see the results. A lot of people, when they don't see the results, they engage in distractions. Watch the movie Pursuit of Happiness for some inspiration, and remember, you're going after a big dream, not a cup of instant coffee. You press the button and your senses are satisfied. Whenever your mind or the people around you try to put your idea down and it may seem impossible for them, right? So don't get worked up. Take a deep breath. Yes, it works. Take a deep breath. Okay, and see what they're trying to tell you. Because they might be telling you it is impossible because you don't have the relevant knowledge, because they don't have that knowledge to achieve that dream. So instead of getting worked up, try and see the wisdom in the critics. Read between the lines. Know that your critics are not trying to put you down, or maybe they are, but then you will reframe it and tell yourself, okay, they're trying to put me down, but I'm not going to go down. Instead, I'm going to make use of this criticism and read between the lines. And what I see is, what they're trying to tell me is, my dream is impossible if I, don't acquire this new knowledge, new strategies, if I don't put myself into the continuous education system and keep learning and keep applying, okay, it's not going to happen. All right. So you make use of your critics. Now, remember this, your mind is an incredible machine. It has the power to bring your desires into reality. Remember this, your mind is an incredible machine. It has the power to turn your desires into reality. As long as you are focused, true to your heart's desire, patient, learner, and a doer. You should know that you have to know how to overcome your disappointments, frustrations, discouragement, and setbacks. And when you do this, you will meet your success when you're least expecting it. And you will get there sooner than you might think. So go ahead, take action, and all the best. Let's all fly together. You were listening to MD Ahmed. Go visit fuelforsuccess.com, subscribe, download the podcast, stay in touch with us, register for the masterclasses, and